Hello, welcome back to the Motor House for part 2. If you haven't seen part 1 and it's interesting to you, it's where I ended up changing the bushings for the trailing arms and adjusting the rear toe, which just all started with an alignment. And it just kind of morphs into, we got to do this, this, and that also. Lowering the differential here in part 2 in order to change out the brake wheel cylinders. And the only way to actually get to them is to lower it. Sorry for the shake. I'm trying to do this on a hand. Let me try this differently. It might work better still. Sorry. Two hands works better when trying to do it from an angle. All right. So I am just about ready to lower the differential down. I splurged and picked up, we'll say it's I won't say the word, but we'll say it's inexpensive transmission jack from Harbor Freight. I didn't bother putting wheels on it because I don't need wheels for what I'm doing. Makes it a little lighter for getting it up and down. I was going to use the floor jack as I did before, but one of the plungers is starting to stick on it for raising it. And it's like, okay, we'll just do this. It's a straight up and down scissor. And still on the bridge. There's some rubber on the bridge that I have. That way the metal to metal won't slide. You know, I don't want that lift to slide around. And it's hitting, I've got some rubber under the front of it, front nose of the jack, so that doesn't, and I got one of my vibration pads in the back to kind of take up there because it wasn't exactly level, we'll say too, but it takes a little spacer and it helps things too in that respect. So I am ready to loosen the bolts and lower it down. In preparation for changing out the wheel cylinders, I did get some new old stock wheel cylinders. The number, found them and got new kits and put them in so they're ready to go. As soon as I get it down, I can swap them out. I didn't really need to do the right side, but it's already down, put brand new and have it over with. One of the things about getting the differential down is if you see the flex line and the hard line coming off the back of the cylinder, and it's on that side, and you'll see it on that side, is that there's really not a lot of room to bring it straight down. You almost have to get one side down, then shift the diff to the other side, and then get it down. It will not go straight up and it will not come straight down. You're going to have to work one side then the other. This is just a hint for getting it done. Since I'm at this position, I can show you that I think I've had this diff in and out, half a dozen times in all the years I've owned this. Okay, I have lowered it down as far as I really need to. Of course, that's also as far as the jack's going to get down to. But you bring it down just that much and you can work it. You can get to everything and do all the work. Granted, if this thing was off the ground and you get to it, you might be able to get to it easier, get to it, but then you're lifting it all the way down, lifting it all the way back up. This is just enough to get it. I'm sorry for the shake. Reaching over. So I will get everything dismantled and start putting it back together. Another small bit of information, if you haven't had any work done on the diff, the bushings. These are the mounting bushings for it. Now, Lotus made a change, and where originally they were solid, did not have these holes. They did make a change and went to these, and I think it was for vibration purposes. But this is the updated design. So if you're in there and you happen to see the solid ones, know that you have very old bushings and you should change them. These are all still in pretty good shape, so I'm going to continue using them. Just tidbits for people who haven't done this before. Alright, the right side cylinder is out. There's a new one I'm going to replace it with. I took it out with the hose attached. It can come out. I did kind of pry everything away, pulled it out without having to remove the shoes. The shoes to me are horrible to put back in because of those little spring stays, because you got to try to get behind and get the pins to stay in place so you can get the springs put back on. I've always had problems with that. I think it's horrible trying to get those things to stay. Anyway, yes, it's a bit greasy, and that's all caliper grease. So just remember, you have to grease them in there because they do slide. So I'll be cleaning it up, and then with the new one, put a little grease on the backing plate so it'll slide around. The new wheel cylinders are installed on both sides. And I need to, basically I got to get the clips on. And the lines on the back. Start buttoning things up. But it's coming to an end. I say this night is coming to an end, and I'm tackling the rest of this tomorrow. So, but they're in. And yeah, you can, I guess we'll say, normally you take the shoes off, then you do all that work, put the shoes back on. I did spread the shoes and pulled everything out and put it back in. Spread the shoes back up onto it. Not ideal, but it can be done that way. The biggest issue, let me see if I can reset this to see. On the lift here, let's see if we can get an idea of how far in that is. I put the lift down in order to get access, but you got to reach in to do the work. And that really is, I guess, the worst issue here is reaching in to do the work. And if you're wondering what this is, that's anti-seize that I put inside there. I got to clean that up. Everything gets cleaned up when I'm done. And but reaching in there with your arms long, trying to work tools is not easy. This is just, we'll say, on a 4-post lift. So would it be better on a 2-post lift? I don't know. But I'm ending this night, not the video. This will pick up tomorrow when I get back. It's the next day, and I just thought I would add a very last couple thoughts I had overnight while thinking about putting in just a few tips. That's the long pair of pliers that I use to get up in to a lot of areas. They do help you to hold the hose, to put the flex hose for the brakes, to kind of get it into position. Let's see if I can get it up in there. Yeah, to get it through there. And on a little note on that, you've got star lock washers on both sides. Please make sure you put them in there. It really will lock it in place. It's very difficult to hold the other side of the hose in order to tighten it up, or later to loosen back up, and you really do need both star washers on either side. After everything is back together, that's when I will do a final tightening of all the suspension points. The book recommends getting, just as they say, doing the alignment, getting it to ride height, putting the amount of weight in the passenger and the driver's side and the rear boot. And I still have the weight inside the boot. Took the stuff out of the boot so it wouldn't be a problem, extra weight lifting the back up. But I put all that back in, moved the car back and forth a few times, and settling in the rear suspension, and then I will tighten up everything at ride height. And that is recommended, the best way to get it done from everything I read in the book. Okay, that's the last bit. The differential is back up in. I still have to tighten up all the nuts and bolts. The brace for the cross brace there, the new one from SJ, is in. And right now it's a matter of just nuts, bolts, tightening, we'll say put new fluid in the system and go from there. That stuff is, we'll say that's boring stuff, really. This is the majority of the work is done. So I'm going to leave it here and say this part is finished. Not finished for me, but I think finished for the video. If there were videos like this out, I wouldn't make them. But if no one's ever done this before, and I don't see any videos like this on YouTube, so that's really why I do it. Just so if anybody wants to do this and has never seen it, there's at least a video out there about doing it. So that's really main motivation for doing these. So, all right, thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting. If you do a like, I appreciate it. I do not get any money, no monetizing from these. It's not about that at all. So, all right, have a good day and happy motoring.